Alrighty, let's get this started. This is my somewhat weekly stream, maybe bi-weekly, maybe once a month, who knows, where I'm working on an AI that can generate different things based on the work of Martinus. So I'm working with AI agents, and we're gonna test a new one out today. The new Gemini 2.5 came out within the last week, and I've set that up. I tested it once, so maybe that will help. So we're gonna go into that. I'm also doing long form videos and a couple of shorts. There's a link there in the chat. Haven't put one out this week. I really plan to do that, but that will be next week. I'm doing okay to get that one out, so it should be out this week. So what is all this we're doing here? Basically, the idea is that you can write in the chat. And let me get the chat here. So let me put this one on. I hope you can actually see it. So what I have here on the left side is basically the chat for the video. So it's only when it's live streaming you can do this. Maybe I will set it up at some point so you can do it on a web form or something, but it costs a little bit potentially, who knows. So I don't know yet, but the idea is basically that you can take the chat, you can write AI, and then you can say who is Martinus, for instance, and then it will be sent to all the AI stuff. It will start to generate an answer, and it's not taking a long time. And there are two different ones right now. There's AI, the original one, which is quite simple, and then there's the new one, and not sure how that's gonna work. But what is reincarnation? Maybe I should say a little bit about Martinus today, but for now I'm just gonna do this. So at least it started. So I worked on getting things into the chat, but the answers are pretty long, and YouTube is cutting them off, the answers. So right now I do it a little bit differently. So I change to this one. Then, and this is where my setup is not perfectly great, so I'm gonna do like this. So here you can see that there's been 58 total calls. Processed today is 2. Unprocessed should get up in a second. So that's 1. Total call 60, that's just all time. It's just for fun, basically. So do that. And then I already ran 2 before the stream because I've worked on it during the week. So there was a couple in the queue, but right now there's one unprocessed. Maybe I should call it queued. Should I change that? Well, let me get through it. So there's one in line, and right now it's only me who can actually take the next one. I think that's probably how it should be. So what I do is basically push a button here, and that's not very convincing, right? So it says, who is Martinus? I'm ready to assist you in exploring the teaching of Martinus. What question or topic would you help me with? So something went wrong there. That is what it is. That's the first one. I'm not gonna try to figure out why that was the case. But what I would like to do is figure out how long it takes with the other one. And I'm literally running on 2 different computers. So I have desktop here, and I'm actually running all the AI stuff on my laptop, and I can see it's still running. So this new Gemini 2.5 takes its time. Right now it's been running for 2.5 minutes, which is a little bit surprising. I don't know exactly. Well, when I set it up an hour or two ago just to check it out. This one should be the new thing. And before I've running on some small models that are not so strong, not so well. The biggest problem is they cannot take so much text. So anyway, if 3 minutes is how it does, that's let me see if I can get some status on it. Oh, it's still running. So let's get into some of the other interesting things. We can ask it some more questions. Let's do that, see what happens. Okay, we are done with an error. Great. I should say it did run when I tried. When I tried it beforehand, and now it seems to, yeah, it's really doing, well, that's a long technical explanation why it's not too bad actually, but let's try another one. Slash AI. I know there's a text in there about Christmas, so what is Christmas according to Martinus? Ah, crap, that was the wrong one. So what I did here was I called the little AI. So AI 2 is the big one. Yeah. Maybe I can debug it. Unpin workflow data unpin. I can actually look into what went wrong now, which is interesting. This is like a rocket, one of those that goes into space and it explodes, and you're pretty happy anyway because something succeeded that you didn't expect. And I think I know what one problem might be. There might be more than one actually. Damn, I have to debug a little bit here. It's a little bit unfortunate. Got to change one thing back. I'm gonna fix that. So let's see what is happening here. This is the AI screen. We did not get any answers at all. Oh my God. What is reincarnation? So that's actually right. What is reincarnation? That's actually right. Don't know if this is helping, but I'm trying. I don't think it was a problem. This is why it could be more fun to actually show what happened. So that's, I think I will take a chance and put it on the, well, at least the development part of it on the on my desktop. So let's try again. See if something happens. That one happened. So now something should be running. Execution. Something is running. Very positive. Let's see how long time that's gonna. Seems like it takes a couple of minutes to do the Gemini thing. Anyway, I had a few other things. So there's a new model. There's a response. No errors. Let's do this. And now there's an input file. I can see that in my folders. It's actually files that are moved around. And there's one there. I have no idea what it says now. Couldn't say anything, which is kind of weird. But let's see. What? It actually did it before I went live. That's the classical one, right? No info. Why? Why? It doesn't give any response, which is bad. Okay. So let's do like this and see. I'm just trying out things now. What is... You cannot see what I'm doing. What is a living according to Martinus? What is a living? Try that one. And while we are at it, let's look at the Discord server. Here we go. Okay, we got a response. That was quick. There we go. Yeah, stats. That's one unprocessed. Da, 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 da. Please ask a question about the teaching of Martinus Thompson. I need a specific query to. Oh my god. What is going on? Sorry about this. Did I actually ask it about? What is the living being according? So ever that's working fine. What the heck? I think I asked this one. No. No. This must be. Okay. This one worked. Retrieve information about reincarnation in Martinus teaching. Let's see how that goes. That actually worked an hour ago. And it actually gave a pretty decent answer. But that was an hour ago. Crap. I think I forgot to save my changes. Anyhow. So now it's actually running. So maybe the query is just an issue. So let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm actually writing in chat. Yep. It's still running. I think it's, I don't know. I hope when it takes more than a minute, then it might be better. Let's see how it goes. So now it's running even more. Okay, so it's actually running right now. So let me do the Discord thing. Oh. Is that good? Yeah, you can see it all. So Discord, that's like a forum. Just a more modern one, has been around for a while. And we started one. We are not that many yet, but I hope there will be some more. And yeah, they're different, essentially different areas. There are some welcome to the people who come here, some rules, there are some announcements. I should probably write that we have, I don't know, live chat, something, live streams. They're actually here. I have not posted that either. You can see what videos that are coming. They are actually being posted like here, automatically. Then we have our AI stream or AI area where we discuss the more nerdy things. And we have a general chat about Martinus. Okay. So if you want to join that one, I should be able to just write Discord. Maybe. And there should come a link. Nope. You have to write socials. Let's see if that is working. I'm so much into testing the... There we go. So you can go on Instagram. There's obviously the YouTube. And then you have the Discord one. You can run it on a web. You can run it... there was an error. Okay, got an error. I have no idea why. Okay, so I'm on a free Gemini 2.5 thing. So I'm literally spend my quota. Brilliant. I will try one of the other models. Whatever. So now we are on so many different ones. 2.0 flashlight. Flashlight. That sounds good. 2.0. Just flashlight. Oh, the flashlight. There. So now I'm changing to a little bit worse model. Well, we don't care. We just want it to work. So now we're running. Okay, that took 1.4 seconds. Wow. Come on. Crap, I'm an idiot. Okay. That's what happens when you have two keyboards. Okay. This is interesting. AI2. What is the meaning of life? According to Martinus teaching. Let's just fire away. So that's pretty quick. So let's see. So now we have the two answers. There's only one of them that has come over yet. I can make that a little more beautiful. But anyway, here's the thing. We have asked, retrieve information about reincarnation in Martinus' teaching. Respond version 2. That's just so I know that we have called the right one. I can make it smarter. But for now, it's just, what is it called? A tape, trying to get it up and running. So the AI is saying reincarnation, according to Martinus, is the fundamental process through which all eternal living beings evolves the experience of life in numerous successive existences. Wow. Let me just try to do this one more time. Reincarnation, according to Martinus, is the fundamental process through which all eternal living beings evolve. It's not wrong. It might not be completely precise. It evolves the experience of life in numerous successive existences. So that's successes. Oh my God, successive lives. This journey through different lives is essential for the gathering of experiences, yes, across varying conditions and perspectives. Yeah. It is a natural and educational mechanism, yes, for beings' spiritual development, eventually leading to cosmic consciousness and all-embracing love. Not too bad. What is the meaning of life according to Martinus' teaching? The meaning of life according to Martinus is the development of the being. This involves the experiencing of life under varying conditions and perspectives and the development of love, wisdom, and creative ability. The ultimate goal is to achieve cosmic consciousness. It's kind of right. That's what he's saying. So now's the question whether this was just what this Gemini 2.0 whatever just new already, or it actually used some input from the literature that we are trying to provide it. So let me just recap quickly what we are trying to do here. And I need to find where I have left all the things. Where did I put that? Let's just do full screen. So I was also looking for last time. Damn it. Damn it. Oh. I was lucky. I found it. So let's get on desktop. Whoops. Yes, looks fine. So, this is the main concept here. So we got the usual LLM. That's your chat GPT. In this case, it's called Gemini 2.0. So usually you would interact with that one. That's where you write your things, your prompts, right? Asking for different things. And in this case, what an AI agent is essentially is that instead of you prompting it, you have a piece of software or some software here that actually use this ChatGPT. What a ChatGPT or an LLM can do is basically to generate text. So you give it some text and it sends some text back. So what you have here is your AI agent and you instruct that to do some things. So the first thing it actually does is to take your instructions, put it into the LLM and ask what basically part of the prompt is to tell it you are this and that and what should I do. This agent can do I think it does a few things actually to ask the LLM to how to answer the prompt. So in this case, it could be what is reincarnation according to Martinus. So that would be this query or user query that comes in, uses the LLM to figure out how to do that. It has some memory, so it can actually remember the different steps and take that into account. And then it has tools written here. Bring it to that. And in this case, we have what is called a vector database, and I have explained it on the other live streams as well. So let me just do it this time again. Essentially, what the vector database is that it takes the text, in this case, Martinus text, it could also be images or something else, and it embeds it. So it takes a chunk of the code and it gives it a vector. In this case, it's a 3-dimensional vector, and you can see an apple actually goes in here in the area that's close to 0.5, 0.2, 0.7, or however you say that in English. And then you have bananas here, and you have oranges in another area of this vector space, which is essentially a room of certain number of dimensions. This one has, if you have 2 axes, it's a 2-dimension thing. If you have 3 axes, it's 3-dimension things. As I recall it, the vector room that we're using, or vector space, has 700 something dimensions. So you do that embedding, or you get an AI to do that actually. And then these different, the idea here is, and that's why I've put apples and oranges and bananas in here, is that the apples should go into the same area. So the related here, apples comes in one area, oranges in another one, and bananas in a third one. So that's sort of the embedding or the encoding of it. The translation from being some text or an image comes into this. And then the idea is essentially when you have the prompt, then the AI agent can ask the vector database, give me something about reincarnation. And then the text from, in this case, Martinus' work, you should actually get related things or text pieces, basically. So instead of giving it all, Martinus has written around 10,000 pages, a lot of other things, lectures and letters and different things. So instead of giving the LLM 10,000 pages, which is, what is that? If you put a couple of zeros behind that, that's probably like 1 million words. So in AI language, that's probably 2 million tokens. So it has to so the LLM has to figure out 2 million lines of, or 2 million words, basically. So the idea here is that we filter, we try to get all the relevant things by using this vector database. And what I've worked on is essentially to say, hey, get the AI agent to call the LLM, use that one, put it into memory, do some prompting, and then force it to actually ask many times to get the right answer. And that has been a little bit of a struggle because the LLM I used was local, so they weren't strong enough. Basically, they could only a very small, simple prompt. That was all it could use. And in this case, it's yeah. Anyway, that's how it goes. So what I've changed today is basically this guy over here. That I used ChatGPT last time. This time I'm using Gemini, and 2.5 just went out of credits, basically, so they want me to pay for it, which is completely fine. Just didn't do it. And this one also has our LLM to actually cope with all the stuff that's going on, put the results together and send it back. And that has also been changed to Gemini. So that's kind of nice. Yeah. So right now it's giving us some very short answers, and that's something you have to work on here in the prompt to say, don't give me just 3 lines, give me that could be a whole blog article, and then it will spend more times actually asking the vector database for more information, and so forth. I don't want to go with the other tools. That's for future work. But that's how it is. It could be fun at some point, and it would be pretty easy to actually give it some of the news and say, hey, try to tell me what Martinus would think about something that is going on in the world today. That Martinus lived from 1890 to 1981, and it could be fun to ask the AI sometimes, just tell me the news today in a way Martinus would look at it. Something like that. But we're not there yet. So let's see what happened here. I did not get a new file. Did work though. What did it say in the chat? Did I not ask or what? No, I did not ask for anyone. Slash AI. What should we ask about? Is the living being? Maybe I can just do that. And let's see how quick that goes. No reaction. What? Okay, it goes pretty quickly when it actually. Yeah. Did not come up on my screen. Why not? Okay. I'm just gonna call it one more. Oh, it's the wrong one. I think I will change the AI. So I don't have to write AI 2. So AI 1 will be the old version, and AI will be the best one. But it's pretty quick, 2 seconds. That's pretty cool. It's not using the information it can get. It's not using the tool for some reason, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, now we have 2 answers. So I am on AI, perfect. So this is the old one. It's probably gonna, yeah, something is wrong. I'm not gonna fix that. And here's the new one. What is the living being? The living being is an eternal entity that progresses through various stages of existence, experiences life in different forms. The living being has a threefold constitution. It consists of physical body and energy body, also referred to as the karmic body. I don't know if that's right. If that's translated into that actually. And a consciousness. The physical body is the tool of the being through which it can have sensory experiences and act in the physical world. The energy body contains all the experiences and the acquired properties of the being. The consciousness is the being itself. Something kind of. Okay. Let me see if I can force it to give some longer answers. That would be the first. Jesus. So what is happening right now is it gives me an answer, and it's obviously trained on some Martinus stuff because it knows kind of what to say. I mean, it's not wrong, but it's its own work basically. So now the question is why is it not calling? I can try to use a different model. Pro experience. Kind of a bummer if I need 2.5 to make this work. Okay, so let me ask it to make longer. Make the answer as an 500 word blog post. As a blog post around 500 words long. So right now I'm actually changing the prompt. So let's give it a shot again. Where's my mouse? Come on, wrong mouse. Here we go. 2. What is the living being? And do. This time it takes a little bit longer. Maybe that's a good sign. Or maybe it's not. We just have to wait. That's perfect. Or something. Boom, boom, boom. One minute. It could be fun to actually see the running time. I have no idea how to get it from the system I'm using to the chat or to OBS. I'm sure it can be done though. I just don't know how. So that's a future project. Almost 2 minutes. I really hope it can go beyond that. We don't get into some new crap error. Yeah. What's the error? You can make edits, executions. Why did that take forever? Move away. Okay, it did not like me to use the Pro one. Okay. Then I'll use another one. Back to the flash. Do I have a flash one? I use flash there, and I use flashlight here. Alrighty. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. There we go. Let's try something new. What is... what is... Oh, come on. Let's do that. I thought about doing the title of the upcoming video. That would be fun. Responding. That's brilliant. Here we go. Leave. Yeah. Oh my god. Running. Succeeded. Brilliant. I just need the file. It's actually set up on my computer the way I've set it up. So now it's actually, so I can actually see when it comes on my computer. It has to be moved from my laptop to my desktop. So let's see. I don't know what's coming here. It's alrighty. That's a long answer. Reincarnate. I want to check if it has actually used yeah, it's just its own answer. That's a little bit annoying, but who's counting? Gotta take the victories that we have. This is actually... this is Gemini 2.0, just answering raw. This would be like prompting more or less the LLM directly. So we're not putting anything into it. And I don't know why it's not really... why it's not really using the vector database. But that's the next hour's work I will do here. So 2.5 is kind of working. Architecture, we talked about that. Chat dynamics, I haven't done that. Embeddings, it's not gonna be today because I'm already tired and I'm not gonna try to do that. So what is it saying? Reincarnation, a cornerstone of Martinus' world picture. It's far more than a simple cycle of birth and death. It's the very engine of cosmic evolution, the fundamental process through which all eternal living beings progress and develop. To understand reincarnation in Martinus' perspective is to grasp the essence of life's purpose and the grand design of the universe. Yeah. There's not really a well, let's talk some Martinus cosmology for once. The thing about an eternal world picture is that it has never started and will never end. So talking about designing something, that has to come beforehand. So if the universe is designed, something has come before the universe. And if it has to be like that, right? If something is designed, this design comes before the thing that is designed. That's how it has to be. So, and you can talk about the universe as something timely, that's fine, but then it's not everything. And usually, if you take Martinus's words, that the universe sometimes is everything, but it's only the known universe. You can say it had a start and there was some thinking behind it. You can actually say that. Design is thinking, basically. Design is an idea. But in this case, talking about reincarnation and having a design behind that, that would not be a thing. That would actually be a eternal principle that will come back over and over again. But it has never been invented. It has always been there. So it's eternal. It's an eternal principle. It's never started. Okay, let's see what it says. As its core, reincarnation is the continuous journey of the individual spirit, the I, through countless existences. Yeah, its journey of learning, experiencing, and evolving. Each lifetime presents a unique set of circumstances, challenges, and opportunities designed to foster growth in love, wisdom, and creative ability. So this is about where we are right now in the what Martinus called the last part of the animal kingdom, or plane, if you like. So that's where we are right now. We are learning we are growing in love and understanding. And you can say in today's world, there's a lot of things where we don't understand that. So anyway, why is this continuous cycle necessary? Because according to Martinus, the development of cosmic consciousness, the ultimate goal of life, yeah, at least right now, is a gradual process. Yes. So we learn it step by step, slowly. It cannot be achieved in a single lifetime. We need a multitude of experiences across a wide spectrum of conditions to refine our understanding and expand our capacity for empathy and compassion. That's correct, I would say. Imagine a student in a vast cosmic university. That will be us. Each lifetime is a semester, a chance to study a different subject, to learn from different teachers, both human and non-humans. That's essentially what we are experiences. That's what we're learning from. And to face different exams. I don't know about that. I don't know how much we are tested in that way. Maybe we are. I don't know. I'm not sure I would call it that. Anyway, sometimes we excel, sometimes we struggle, but every experience, regardless of its apparent success or failure, contributes to our overall education. Yeah. Reincarnation isn't a random, arbitrary process. Yeah, it's governed by the law of karma, the universal principle of cause and effect. Our actions, thoughts, and feelings in one lifetime create the conditions of our next. This isn't about punishment or reward, but about learning and growth. Yeah. If we sow seeds of hatred and violence, we will invariably reap a harvest of suffering. Yeah, so this is the law of karma. If we cultivate love and compassion, we will experience joy and fulfillment. Yeah, to some extent. In the long run, there might still be some things we have to learn on the way that we are not done with yet. So, but ultimately, if this is the only thing we do, have compassion and understanding and tolerance and all those things, if that's the only thing that's left in us, then we are real human beings and we don't need all the we are done. We have cosmic consciousness basically. But that's not normal yet. The process of reincarnation involves more than just the physical body. Martinus describes the living being as having a threefold constitution. Process of reincarnation involves more than just the physical body. Yeah, okay. Martinus describes the living being as having a threefold constitution. Physical body and energy body, also referred to as the karmic body. I have to look that term up. There are some in the Danish version of it. Martinus was Danish, so that's the original one. I actually think this is wrong. That should be the I, then you have the living being is essentially in three parts or three principles: the I, the ability to create, and the created. And this doesn't really fit this one. Anyway, the physical body is temporary. That's correct. A vehicle for experiencing the physical world. Yes. The energy body is the storehouse of all our experiences. That would be the ability to create. That's where our talent are based, according to Martinus. The repository of our karmic imprints. Yes. Consciousness, the I, is the eternal essence that persists through all lifetimes. Yeah, maybe it's more right than I am on this one. I think the I is just something that is behind everything. So our actual thoughts and all that is actually part of the created and not our I. Our I is just what's directing everything. So when I'm talking here, you see my body, you hear what I'm thinking, you hear what I'm saying and can understand what I'm thinking, those kind of things, but it's really not, that's not my I, but my I is behind all these kind of things. That's cool. As we progress through the cycle of reincarnation, we gradually purify our energy body, transforming negative tendencies into positive ones. Yeah, you can say that. We develop our intuition, our empathy, and our capacity for unconditional love. Yes, we move from darkness to light, from ignorance to wisdom, from selfishness to selflessness. Yes. Ultimately, reincarnation leads to cosmic consciousness, a state of perfect harmony and unity with the universe. In this state, we understand the interconnectedness of all things, the divine nature of all beings, and the eternal purpose of life. We become co-creators with God, contributing to the ongoing evolution of the cosmos. Yeah, you can say that. Therefore, reincarnation in Martinus' profound perspective is not a fatalistic loop, but a hopeful, purposeful spiral of growth. It is a journey of endless possibilities driven by the inherent potential for love and perfection with each and every one of us. It's a journey that ultimately leads us home to the divine source from which we came. It's pretty well written. Let's give it another one. Dear Mr. AI tool, what is the living being according to hello. Better. She's doing better. I use Gemini. I don't have to write it. Gemini 2.0 now. I started with 2.5, but I ran out of credits. But Gemini 2 gives some pretty nice answers. Yeah, exactly. It's fairly convincing. And I could actually also get it to use some of the embeddings. I cannot get the 2.0 to do that right now. I need simpler prompts, I think. So, but that's okay. But they actually give some pretty convincing answers just on their own. So it's really in the details. But I'll keep pushing it and see if no, I'm running it through an API. It cannot. I don't know if it can be pulled. I haven't checked it, but they had a free API, so I just hooked it up to the API, and I ran out of credits a couple of times. So now I'm using 2.0, and it's also way quicker. The 2.5 was not quick. So, but I will see if I can get some credits for 2.5 and see how that goes. It seems like that's the thing right now. So, so how are you doing? Did you get the training done on the, what kind of setup do you have? Why did nothing happens here? Cool. Cool. Okay, don't know. My chat was just got stuck somehow. Cool. DeepSeek, yeah. Locally, maybe. Yeah, if you have to retrain it, it will be cool. Interesting. I was looking into embeddings a little bit, see if I could do some smarter embeddings. Yeah, okay. How big a model is it? How big can you run? You can get the biggest one, right? Okay. I would assume you have to look into how big a model it is. I'm trying to run 32 bits. Okay, it's a big one. It's a bigger one. Yeah. Interesting. I don't have the machine to run that right now. But so I might end up just using APIs because the small ones are they can do a few things, but I just did some research and things. And I was like, yeah, you're probably not gonna get away with a 7 billion parameter, 8 billion parameter thing. They cannot, the number of tokens and the amount of instructions, the prompt, they can understand. Seems to be a problem. So you might have a 10-line prompt to use for it, and you probably want to use a little bit more than that. But that's the interesting part here. I'm used to do programming, and that's pretty deterministic, and you can do a lot of debugging and all those kind of things, and you can see really line by line what is going on. Yeah, it's really interesting to try to do these things, even if it's like not really working out well. I do it for the same. I might have to teach this in this fall. We'll see about that. EMD epic cluster. Yeah. Yeah, you can do some pretty cool things, and also just what has happened over the last year is pretty crazy in some ways. I spoke to one of my friends yesterday, and I was like, Claude was the thing, but I was apparently a week behind. So now it's Gemini 2.5. So obviously I had to try it today, but yeah, that's cool. But I've been in IT for a while, and either I'm getting old or things are just moving really quickly right now. The fastest we ever gone in memory, the slowest we'll go. What does that mean? The fastest we have ever gone in memory. I mean, as far as we can remember. Anyway, I think next time I will actually do a local installation on my desktop computer. Right now it's running on my laptop, so I can actually work on the stream. That will be a little bit more fun, so you can actually see the prompts and people can help out if they want. So if there anyone on the stream. So a little bit of a crazy week, but maybe I can. I'll see if I can do it. Shouldn't take that long. So nice. So I'll just prompt it a few things. Nice to see you around. Retrieve information about. Yeah, let's see. Could be a little bit more fun, so you can actually see what is going on. But it seems to be working. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Okay, I need something that's not reincarnation. The living being. It takes 5 seconds to do it. It's pretty crazy. I think that takes the longest is actually to move a file, because I'm only pinging it once a minute. But that's okay. Here we go. Okay, maybe I should do something a little bit shorter than this. In Martinus cosmology, the living being is a concept of paramount importance, yes, representing the eternal and evolving essence of what we often perceive as simply ourselves. Yeah. Understanding the nature of the living being is crucial to grasping Martinus' world picture and its profound implication for our lives. I think I will start a to-do list. I believe I had one last time. It's 2 weeks ago. I can't remember where I got it. That's one thing I want to do. That's references. Let me give an example. There's someone who had an online study group the other day, and someone asked, long story short, Martinus states that the whole universe is a living being, and it consists of living beings. So we are living beings. We know all humans are living beings, animals are living beings, plants are, somewhat living beings. But Martinus also states that the earth is a living being. So that's one thing to know. And then we know there are female and males. And Martinus states that every living being, men and women, has a male part and a female part. And if you are male, the male part is stronger or more developed than the female part. And if you are female, the female part is more developed than the male part. And what is going on right now is essentially that in the males, the female part is growing, and in the females, the male part is growing. So, and that happens to every living being. And in a period of time, we only have sort of one part of us, of these two parts, are stronger than the other one. So that's what makes us into male and females. But Martinus states that if you want to be a loving being, these two parts of us, the male part and the female part, he calls them sexual poles, but that's not for this video. That will actually come in balance. And he states the Earth is pretty close to that. So then the question comes in, what was the Earth? Was it a female Earth or was it a male Earth? And he doesn't really answer that. So that's the first thing. But somehow, seemingly, someone actually went to ChatGPT or something similar and asked, is the Earth female or male? And obviously I think it was ChatGPT. I don't know. Let's just say assume it was that. So obviously ChatGPT came up with an answer, and these are LLMs, right? They are guessing machines. So it came up with an answer. I can't even remember which one it was. I've probably said female. I really can't remember right now. Doesn't really matter. But it came up with one of them and with a reference actually to a site that I have been responsible for many years. So somewhere there it should say the Earth used to be female or male. And that's not an answer Martinus is actually giving us. So why did I say all that? That's because then this discussion started. Where was the reference? Where does he actually say it? Where is it coming from? So that's why I think that's one of the valuable things we can actually get out of this, because it's possible to actually add it's actually possible to add. Let me do one thing. Sorry. It's actually possible to get the right references. And I think that's extremely valuable I've been working on a wiki for Martinus terminology terms. And that has been really key for me to put in the references so you can actually check it. And then you can go and check whether Martinus has the right answers and so forth. But that's not the point here. It's just whatever we have, we should be able to check it towards what Martinus is actually writing. I just have to do one. There we go. So with all the embeddings, I think the goal should be, all the chunks that we can get to feed the AI with, it should actually state exactly where things are coming from, and it should keep those references. So whenever it states something, it is backed up from where it got it, from where it got the knowledge it's actually providing. So that should bring some value, because with these kind of answers you have here, they're pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty good. So if we could take the knowledge the LLM already has, so it can actually understand what is provided from the books, and say you can only use this and you have to be as truthful as possible. Don't make up stuff to explain things. I think we are pretty close to something useful. I think we can make a Martinus wiki generator, basically. That's the ultimate goal here. And then you can actually use that wiki to feed into the AI as well. That's the thinking. I would also like, to use the AI in different ways as well. But we have to, we should be able to make it better. What happened here? Did I ask it, or what happened? Did I use it already? Did I actually use it? Yeah, I just haven't read it. Let me give something. What categories are Martinus using in his teaching. There are so many categories in his work that it's pretty crazy. It's already there. Let's see what it's saying based on the verb. Okay, nothing. Huh. Interesting. Let me know if Martinus has any categories in his writing and what they that's one thing I would like to do. And this is this. Do I have a bot? YouTube message. Preferred account, but I like to do this. Okay, so what I just did was, you know what? I would like to give it the same prompt one more time and see how different they are. Okay, so now I'm actually answering by the chatbot, which is nice. Wrong mouse again. Yep. Why only one? Why only one? Okay, so let's see the first one. Let me know if Martinus has categories in his writing and what they are. While a direct listing of categories in Martinus' writing isn't explicitly presented, that's correct. His work, well, it's really not. His work utilizes several key conceptual frameworks that functions as organizing principles. Well, okay, fair enough. Understanding these frameworks is crucial to navigating and comprehending his comprehensive world picture. Yeah. Let's explore some of these prominent conceptual categories. The living being and its threefold nature. Yeah, you can call that categories. As detailed before, Martinus frequently refers to the living being as the fundamental unit of consciousness and existence. The living being isn't just a physical entity, but comprises three integrated aspects: consciousness. I'm not sure that's right. The energy, a karmic body. It keeps calling it that. I need to look that up. And the physical body, which is not really, it's part of it, but there are also spiritual bodies. So It's not completely accurate, actually. I think it's a little bit off. But, and the thing is, if it's a little bit off, it's not great. We actually see it in some of the translations where it's not completely cool. Yeah, a recurring theme. Yes, the 6 basic energies. Yes, that's really fundamental. The kingdom of. Do I need to read it all? Martinus identifies 6 fundamental types of energy that permeate the universe. Influences. That's a word I don't understand. Influence all aspects of life. These energies are instinct, gravity, feeling, intelligence, intuition, memory. These energies aren't simply abstract concepts, but are active forces that shape our thoughts, motion, and action. Understanding how these energies interact is key to understanding human behavior and the dynamics of relationships. It's basically everything that's created, according to Martinus. So if you understand these completely, you understand everything. That's one of the ideas. And we don't right now. We're not even really aware that they exist. The kingdom of life. Wonder what that is. Martinus outlines a hierarchical progression of life forms, ranging from mineral kingdom to the plant, animal, and the human kingdom, or the real human kingdom. Ultimately, okay, here it comes, ultimately culminating in the real human kingdom. Human kingdom. Again, a little bit off, I would say. I think if this wasn't Danish, I would be more precise, but I think it's a little bit off. This framework illustrates the evolutionary journey of consciousness, and each kingdom representing a stage in the development of love, intelligence, and creative ability. Highlights the interconnectedness of our life and our shared evolutionary destiny. Okay. The eternal world picture. Woohoo! Martinus' entire body of work is dedicated to presenting comprehensive eternal world picture, which aims to provide a logical and coherent understanding of the universe, life, death, and the meaning of existence. This world picture encompasses concepts such as reincarnation, karma, the nature of God, and the path through cosmic consciousness. Yes. The principle of polarity, which is frequently uses the concept of polarity. Okay. Maybe it's the contrast thing he's talking about here. The existence of opposite but complementary forces to explain various phenomena. Examples include good and evil, pleasure and pain, masculine and feminine. He emphasizes that these polarities are not absolute but relative, and they play a crucial role in the evolutionary process, driving us towards balance and harmony. Yeah, that's sort of right. Karma and reincarnation. That while technically processes these functions as central categories to understand the outworking of life purpose. Okay, you can call this categories, but that's not really what I was looking for something else. Yeah, but it's a fair answer. I understand why it's giving me this answer. Let's go down a little bit with the table. Okay, let's see if the next one is. This is the same question, right? Let me know if there are any categories. What the heck? Then I couldn't answer. The exact same prompt. What is going on here? I'll just try again. It's not gonna. Okay, the first one was answering as a. Don't tell me that I changed the bot is gonna make a difference. Then I'm gonna go nuts. Starting to get tired. It's been a long day. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Alrighty. There we go. Could be kind of fun to show something on stream. But I don't know. I don't have sort of the end game here anyway. You're right to point that out. What? What an answer. It's so different every time. It's the exact same thing I'm calling with. This just shows that, yeah, there are some randomness to this. The living being, this is a central concept, viewing all existence, blah, 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 blah. Threefold structure, consciousness, the I, an energy of karmic body, a physical body. It doesn't have that precise, but that's also, it's a real tough one to understand, the living being. The sixth basic energy, canvas life, the eternal world picture, polarity, karma, and reincarnation. That's actually the same answer. Kind of. That would be nice to be able to go back to the previous one. I actually have it. Yeah, the previous one just had some more info on each item. Alrighty. Discord is fine. New video on Wednesday. Embed is. I think the next thing is. Wonder if I can force it right now to use embeddings. That would be nice. Let's just give it a try. I use Gemini 2.0. Which one is it? So now I'm rewriting the prompt basically. Ah, crap. So close. Gemini 2.0 Flash. Where are we? Here. For the AI agent and the vector database. Please provide me with a prompt that uses the Martinus literature tool and provides answers about Martinus teaching. Make it fit the Gemini 2.0 models capabilities. Thank you. So now I'm actually asking Gemini 2.5 to make a prompt prompt for my AI agent. Because I'm a lazy guy, I just ask the AI to do it. And give me a sticky note. I can have like 100 of them. Damn it. Don't know if I can say damn it on stream. Okay, so it's writing and it's very long. This is for Gemini 1.5. Okay. So what I have done now is basically, oh no, not what I have done, but what I am doing is basically replacing the AI's brain, basically, or instruction on how to work. Save. Cool. And this is my laptop. It's running on. So let's try the same again. It's not an easy question, but no one cares. Like that. Okay. And here we go. I don't know what to say. Just try again. Yeah, 2. What is reincarnation? According to Martinus writing. I like this. We already got the first one. Same result. So it seems like my prompt is not working. And what I will do now is basically check what happened. What in the whole world actually happened. And I can already see that it has actually called my embeddings. And it probably has gotten some not so great answers. But that's positive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll get the same one right now. Yeah. Okay, so right now the problem is, let me get this one and do this. So the problem right now is that I'm giving the query from the chat, and the LLM is actually doing fine, and it's calling the vector database. Can I actually change the color on this one? Whatever. And this one is not returning anything valuable at all. It's returning an empty space. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Let's see what we got here. So now I can actually see everything that's happened. Not everything, but this is not the box. So it was the wrong run. What is all this? Oh, I know what the issue is. Let me just, I need to fix that. Let's just try another one. Got one issue. Got one issue. No, that was not the issue. It's not responding with anything. Where is that? Do, 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 do. It's doing what it's supposed to do. That is nice. Only problem now is it's not working. How can that be? So it's actually trying to do what it's supposed to do. Let's put it that way. It's calling my things. It's doing all the stuff it should be doing. Now I'm just trying to test some old versions. See if I can learn anything from that. I can probably not. Yeah, the response is nothing. So it's my database that's an issue. Oh my god. Should I rerun that? Screw it. I might completely. So what I'm doing now is. Or am I? Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the. Come on. Let's go to this one. So what I'm doing right now is there's a database here and it has to be built, and now I'm rebuilding it. And that takes a little while, I think. But that might be the issue. I don't think it is, honestly. It's actually just introducing some more problems. Then I have to figure out whether that is still working. I don't know. It's still running. It will be running for a little while. So what I want to do is OBS live chat on screen, dynamic YouTube UL. What a nice one. How do I get that? I don't even what the. Yeah. Okay, it's done. Chat. Repeat. Beat that. But give me an output. No response. Why? Do you want to find out about that right now? Think I will. Mods have been streaming 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, it seems like I cannot do dynamic chats, which is annoying. Okay, I need to do one thing. Folders in my Stream Deck. Let's do that before I forget again. That's not the one. That one. I'm just adding a few things to my Stream Deck. I cannot show it to you. Cannot move it. So I get the new files. New files. New files. Else. Stop. Go away. And the old ones. I'm not sure I need them, but I have them. Old files. Perfect. They go here. Let's perfect this. So that is done. That was so easy. Architecture, Gemini, new video on Wednesday. Have to get up in some hours. Couldn't get that done. I think maybe it's time to stop. Embeddings. Embeddings. Yeah, that could be fun. That could be fun. I think I have to do some testing just to make sure that whatever I'm trying to do is actually working. I don't know why the embeddings doesn't work at all. I just have to test it. So the embeddings are essentially what I'm using to take the things that Martinus has written and providing it to the bot. That's the whole idea about all this. And it has worked before. I think it even worked before I started today, but now it doesn't. Screw it, man. I'm just gonna work for a while. Let me know in the chat if there's anything. Feel free to ask a question. Wrong keyboard. Feel free. Feel free to ask a question. There we go. Like that. It's 9 o'clock and I'm dropped that. Do I need to start a new one? Vector store. Okay, that's something different. How do I do that? Okay, let's think. Time to bring up the thing that can solve everything. Paint. So here we got paint. I have my vector database. And let me check. Collections, documents. It's actually empty right now. That might actually answer some of the questions. So my vector database. That was pretty quickly. So what is going on right now is that this one is empty. That explains a lot. That explains why it cannot retrieve anything. Because there's nothing in there. Which is, why is there nothing in there? Interesting. So what would be nice now would be to get something in there. Loop over items, please. Put something in there. Do. Okay, so now I have a workflow to put something in the vector database. I hope it's working. Who knows? I don't. So now it's reading all the files from the Google Drive. That takes a while. It's the Book of Life, volume 1 to 5. So that's why it just takes a while. There's not much I can do about it. And I do a few other things. So now it's downloading the files. Huh? It's downloading one file at a time. So now it's looping all the files. This is better than watching soccer on TV. I wish I could show you. I'll work on that. But for now, it's just running. Wonder what I did to this one. God damn it. I'm stupid. Stop. Damn it. Damn it. This is what happens when you try something out, you change some things, and you don't fix it all afterwards. So I'm not gonna. It wasn't that bad. Run again. Where do I put it? Here. Here. So it was essentially using the wrong embedding. So when you make this database, you encode it in a specific way. And I changed it at some point to test out some things the other day, and I changed all the stuff I needed to do to use another model here. And obviously I didn't take a copy, I just did it in the production thing. So when I wanted to undo that, I changed it when I look up in the database, but I kind of forgot to change it when I encode it. And that is a problem. Like a big problem. Like it doesn't work kind of problem. So now something might be happening. I don't know. F5. Yeah. Come on. Why is it only taking one file? Come on. How do I get this to work? I need it to run. What's going on here? This one should be working. Looks fine. Looks fine. Puts it in the wrong one. Yep. God damn it. God damn it. I'm such an idiot. Don't quote me on that. Don't send it to my niece. She'll be so happy to have that in writing. Come on. Wonder what day. Seems to be. Cannot see what it's doing. Could be fun to actually show what is going on here. Da, 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 da. Oh crap. 1 second. Huh. Been running my laptop without power. 2 hours. Do, do, do. Okay, what I'm doing here. What is this? So we're running there. We're not running here. Okay. Would be nice to see what is actually going on. I cannot do that. Come on. Default data loader. Could use some music. I think it's dead. Gonna stop it there. Anything in the database? Nope. Let's start. I should probably stop. Now it's reading the files. Come on. Okay. Okay, it's not looping. Should be looping 15 files. I have 15 files in this. Where is my sticky note? Do 1300. Okay. We got something in there. Got something in there. I have no idea whether it's good or bad, but at least it's something. So let's try again. Let's move this one. And I have the big one. So here if this is working, let's just turn on one. Yeah, 2. Explain to me what reincarnation is according to Martinus teaching. Woohoo! It's phenomenal. There. Let me see if something happened. Whoopsie. Something was called. And here goes the big thing. It's actually responding now. It makes a lot of sense that you cannot get stuff out of a database that's empty. So some things are actually working. Let me cut that one. So we are already on the AI. That's not the one I wanted. It's this one. Still the wrong one. This one. So let me ask another question also. AI2. What is the living being? According to Martinus. So we have some answers, and let's see what's happening here. Explain to me what reincarnation is according to Martinus' teaching. According to Martinus' teaching, reincarnation differs depending on the plane of existence. Higher planes, it is seamless daily process of replacing old thoughts material controlled entirely by thoughts. On the physical plane, reincarnation involves the breakdown of the old body, experienced as death, and a temporary cessation of physical manifestation. Ceasing. Anyway, Martinus distinguished between death and reincarnation. Where death is a way of experience eternal life. What? While reincarnation is the means for life to continue. That's kind of rubbish. The process involves discarnation on the spiritual plane between incarnation, with beings coming from this plane to be born. What? The process involves disincarnation on the spiritual, maybe to the spiritual plane between incarnations. Okay, disincarnation on the spiritual plane. Maybe you can say that. With beings coming from this plane to be born and returning when their physical organism can no longer sustain physical consciousness. Okay, I'm a little bit tired right now. The process involves disincarnation on the spiritual plane between incarnations. So you go to the spiritual plane between incarnations. Yeah, got that part. With beings coming from this plane, the spiritual plane, to be born and returning when their physical organism can no longer sustain physical consciousness. I don't know. What is the living being? According to Martinus, a living being is characterized by its capacity to create and experience something. Points that the universe consists exclusively of living beings, differing only in their function and the dimensions in which they function. Okay, I think I changed the... Put this one back up here. I think I changed the prompt right. So let's go back to our former prompt. Okay. I really need to stop. In a moment. Save. Okay, let me shoot a couple of them. See what happens. What should we say? Give me the chat. 2. What is the living being according to Martinus' teaching? AI2. What is reincarnation? 2. What is the female pole? See if we can figure that one out. AI2. Who is Martinus? AI2. Where is Martinus born? It should not be able to answer that one based on the literature at least. Is the name of the main work of Martinus? To what extent is the writer of Is Martinus tolerant? AI2. What would Martinus think about today's world? Alrighty. Let's get to it. Just see what happens here. Whatever it comes, I will probably hit the hay afterwards. Come on. So we got 5, maybe 6 coming in. Oh boy. What is the living being according to Martinus' teaching? The living being a dance between time and eternity according to Martinus. Okay. Martinus, through his extensive body of work. You know what? Let me see what actually happened technically to this one. So this there's no timestamp, so I don't know which one this is. Let's see if this is the one. No information. No information. What the heck? What? Okay, it seems like it's we're kind of getting there. I think it's okay. I asked too many because now I don't know which one it is. Let me get this. What is reincarnation? Did I ask about that? Yeah, that was the first one. A lot of info. I'm not going to read through that. The female pole, couldn't find anything about that. Fair enough. It might be something else it's called. Who is Martinus? Actually, there's nothing in there. So that's actually the right answer. There's nothing in the base right now about it. And that's the same here. I actually didn't provide any information about that. So that's really good. And that is the right answer. The Book of Life. And I have no idea. Honestly, I think it just answered on its own, which is what I don't want it to do. Anyhow, based on the available writings of Martinus test, I could not find specific information. What would... Fair enough, couldn't do that. Let's just leave on our create now AI2. What is the living being according to Martinus? Please use the tool available to the full extent. Come on. Yes, please. 2 minutes more and then I have to go to bed. Oh, at least end this. I got a bit further. Got Gemini 2 to work. I think I'll use that for a while until everything is settled. It's like my... What? I misspelled. AI. There we go. Come on. Oh, my helmet is here. Brilliant. Not anymore. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Could be fun to actually get this to work. So here we got it. Number 92. What do we have here? What is the living being? Something happened. Alrighty. Let me just check if it was actually using something. maybe I have to stop. I like to do one more thing. You can actually, you know what? Let me go nuts. And then I will forget that I just last one. So while we're waiting, just go check out all the stuff. Delete the right one. Yes, just hit one of those. We'll be happy. I'll be happy. Yep. Was a different answer. At least. That was a quick answer. And there's definitely more to it, yeah. But it did it all by itself. Brilliant. Okay. Enough is enough. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Let's stop it here. Thanks for watching. If you have watched some of this, it's fun to do all this stuff. Maybe I'll come back next week at some point and just take the next step with the embeddings and see if I can actually get the AI to state where it got its stuff from. The problem is it's still hallucinating quite a lot, but it is what it is. I'll log out. Hope I will get some more viewers on this at some point. Could be fun. Right now, I just need some more value in this to actually watch the streams. But yeah, I'll be able. We'll get there. So over and out. See you in a while. I hope I will get the video out next week, new one, and check out Discord and subscribe and like and all that stuff if you want to support the channel. It actually makes a difference. So yeah, thank you for watching if you are still here. See you next time. Bye.